the most beautiful day I think we've had, and it's so light up here. What's going on? Hi. So step up to the top of your mat. Let's go ahead and bring our feet together. Morning. As your feet come together, lift and spread all of the toes, and then let each one of your toes kind of just press down into the mat. It just changes your footprint. It broadens the sole of the foot, and it gives you a sense of how, like, if you press into your toes, you might move back. But if you lean into your toes, you might come forward. And so you have to find the perfect amount of leaning or pushing away. If you lean a little right, you feel the right foot get heavy. And if you go left, the left foot gets heavy. And in this simple moment, this simple pose called Tadasana, we're actually learning about balanced action. We're learning about how to stand equally. In some lineages, they call it samastitihi, which is equal standing. And so pay attention to how you distribute the weight. See if you can get a little bit of weight in the center of your heels. So we're not too forward, we're not too back, we're not too left or too right, but we're just standing in our feet. And then open your awareness even more to the texture of the mat under your feet. Is it bumpy because you're on the grass? Most of you are on solid surface, but even the solid surface has texture. So if there's something uneven under you, can you notice? And then does that unevenness create some level of compensation in your posture? And the whole point of this detailed standing in your feet is just to help you pay attention. Especially in a practice like this, in a public space, where life is going to move around us, traffic goes by, sounds of construction in downtown. Can we really pull our attention in and focus? That will be the biggest challenge today. And I might make some of the poses hard and some easy. It's not about the poses. It's about your presence when you do them. And so whatever may be going on outside and around you, let your senses keep it far away. Draw your senses and your attention into what's happening within your body. And then the challenge is going to be to get out of your head and into your breath and into the sensations that you're feeling, like the texture of the mat under your feet. Like this idea that you could distribute the weight evenly and hold your head high. I think some of you could stand up a little bit taller. Feel the elongation of the spine. Feel the centering of the head. Not too forward, not too back, not tipping to the left or to the right. Yoga is asking us to pay attention. And we have to be this detailed and pay attention in every shape and form that we take today. So feel yourself take a long, deep breath in and a complete breath out. And then on the next one, let your arms rise with the inhale. And then come back down on the exhale. That was really good. Let's do it again. Inhale, arms reach. And then exhale, forward fold. Forward fold. I just came back from New York. My accent is right there on the tip of my tongue. Halfway lift on the inhale. And then fold deeply on the exhale. With your inhalation, rise up. Press down into your feet as you reach your arms high to the sky. Feel the body stretch and elongate. And then pull the hands into the heart. Press your palms equally into each other, left to right. Sometimes we have a dominant side that takes over. I used to have a lot of photographs taken of me doing yoga. And I realized in so many of them that my left hand was pushing my right hand because I'm a lefty. And my hands were always just slightly tilted. in my Namaskarasana. So just feel the way it feels to press equally, left to right, right to left. And don't allow one side to be dominant. Instead, merge them into one action and feel the union in the balance. Again, let's breathe in, take the arms up high. Ground down into the earth as you reach for the sky. Exhale, forward fold all the way over. Halfway lift on the inhale. And then step back to plank. Your hands go down, both feet go back. We're going to hold for just a moment. Spread out your fingers. Make big handprints. Separate your feet about hip distance apart and put weight in all 10 of your toes. Pull the belly in, take a deep breath. And on the exhale, shift your weight a little forward and lower down. Take it down onto the belly. All the way down. Inhale for Cobra. Beautiful. The spine bends backwards. And then exhale, lower the chest. We're going to do 2 more. Inhale, gently curl the spine up. Leave your hips on the ground. Just lift the chest, squeeze the elbows back. And then exhale, release. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, lift the chest, squeeze the elbows back, lengthen your legs behind you. And then exhale, lower down slowly. Tuck your toes under, and then press yourself up into plank, and then lift your hips and go to down dog. Taking it slow, feeling all of the places in between. Those spaces in between is where our yoga actually lives. In the mindfulness. We don't check in and out with every pose. We attend to every breath and every movement. Feel the texture of the mat under your hands. Feel your hips rising high toward the sky. Take one more breath. Push back a little bit. And on your exhale, let's look forward and walk our feet up to the top of the mat. Halfway lift on the inhale. And then fold deeply on the exhale. Don't rush. Inhale, let's rise all the way up, pushing down through the feet, reaching high into the sky. And then exhale, hands to heart center. Good. Inhale again, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Soften the knees, touch your fingers down, and take a big lunge with the right foot. Lunge to the back of the mat, and then if you can, make the right leg a little straighter, and drop your hips a little lower. Come up high onto your fingertips, lift your chest, widen the shoulders, feel the collarbones lengthen and widen. Drop your hips even lower. Sometimes you gotta make the stance longer to be able to do that. That's it. Now, can you press down into your left heel and ground into your right toes and start lifting the weight off of your fingers and come on up slowly. Reach your arms up high to the sky. Beautiful. Now a lot of you, because we were down there nice and low, a lot of you are sitting in the crease of your left hip. So push into your left leg and lean back. Get your torso away from your left leg. Lean back if you can. That's it. Head in the game. Chest back. Lean back. That's it. Now open wider across the armpits. Take a deep breath here. And in slow motion, place your hands back down. Stay with me here. I want you to lift that right leg high in the air and then step it forward to meet your left. Good. Bend your knees, sink your hips, chair pose. Just like that. We drop the tail, we lift the crown, and then we push through the feet and come all the way up. And let the hands return to the heart. Good. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale and fold. Halfway lift. Inhale. Soften the knees, touch your fingers down, left leg lunges back. Lunge back on the toes. Be generous. It's a big step. And then let the hips drop a little bit lower. And get up higher on your fingertips, lift your chest. So it feels like your tailbone is dropping and your sternum is lifting. Yep. And then we don't want to just collapse into the pelvic floor. We want to squeeze the legs into the hip sockets. We want to pull up support from the pelvic floor and start lifting the light load off of those fingers. Yep, start to rise slowly. You got it. Take the arms up, and then let's fully express this high crescent lunge. The back leg is straight, and we're leaning the torso back a little bit. Get wider across the chest. You can even soften the elbows if you want to. Pull the elbows back, widen across the armpits. Lift the chest, breathe in, and then exhale, hands touch down. Lift your left leg high in the air, and then step it forward to meet your right. Big toes are touching. Bend your knees, sink your hips. Show me your chair pose. Beautiful. Push through both feet equally. Come on up. And then bring your hands to your heart. How are we doing so far? We okay? All right. Arms reach. Inhale. We're going to pick it up a little. Exhale. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Inhale. We're going to go to plank here. Step it back. Hold for just a moment. And then lower yourself forward and down. The knees can go down or not. It's up to you. One time, cobra. Inhale. And then exhale, downward facing dog. So cute. All right, right foot steps up, left foot turns flat. Warrior one, Virabhadrasana one. Ground down into the feet. Feel the way you're using both feet equally. Can we go back to that idea of feeling for the texture of the mat under your feet? Using your feet to help your body face forward. Even though that left foot is turned out, can you press it firmly into the ground and try to turn your left leg in a little bit? I love it. Tailbone slightly down so you can lean back. Lift the chest, broaden across the armpits. Here, this one, no soft elbows. Straight elbows, fierce triceps, fingers reaching to touch the sky. Take one more breath now, and then stay where you are, but take your hands behind your back. Let's clasp the hands, lift the chest even more, and then exhale, fold, humble warrior. We drop the crown over the big toe on the right foot. That's it. Now there's an opportunity here to drop your hips a little lower, and then in slow motion start to rise back up, like we did in that first lunge. Root to rise, the arms sweep high, take a breath. And then we're going to take a flow. Hands come down. Step back lightly, lower slowly. A little forward and down if you can. And then inhale for cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Push into your hands. Feel yourself pushing back. We don't lean into the hands. We use the hands to press the pose back. We pull back with the legs. The legs are strong. Even if the hamstrings are tight, work on straightening the knees and don't worry about putting your heels down. Can you drop your head and soften the back of your neck? Look up at your belly. Look at your belly, your belly, your belly. Yes, like that. Now push back. Inhale. Left foot steps up, right foot turns flat. Virabhadrasana one. Warrior one. Come on up. Root down into your feet. Distribute the weight evenly. Back leg straight, front one bending generously. As you ground into the back foot, can you turn the back leg in a little bit? It's like the inner thigh is trying to turn back behind you. These are subtle little micro movements. A little wide across the armpit, but a little straighter through the arms. That's it. And that lean back, that lengthens the torso, that pulls a little bit on the right hip flexor. Yeah. Now, keep everything just as it is, but drop the arms behind you. When you interlace your fingers, put the other one in front, even if it feels weird. And then show me that big chest. Open up across the collarbones, and then with a long spine, start to fold forward and down. Let the crown of your head hover over the left big toe. Square your hips, stay grounded in that back foot, breathe. There is a sensation of root to rise here. Push into your feet, start to lift your head slowly. Come on up, reach the arms back up, the full expression of your warrior, and then exhale, let's go. Hands down, step back lightly, lower slowly. Inhale for cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right. Feel like some heat is starting to rise, starting to get into those bigger tissues. Take one more breath, push back, and then look forward. Let's walk to the top of the mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Hold deeply, exhale. Bend your knees, sink your hips, chair pose. Sit a little lower, bring the hands to heart center. And then take your left elbow outside your right knee for a spinal twist. There's a very important relationship between that left elbow and that right knee, and you can press them into each other equally, just like we press our palms together. And you drop your tail as you lift your crown. You'll hear me say the same things again and again in all different shapes and forms. There are some universal principles here. The weight is even in both feet. Yeah, the spine is long, the pelvic floor is toned. Now can you come back to chair in the center, reach the arms, push through your legs, come all the way up, stretch really high to the sky, and then bring the hands back to your heart. Again, inhale, chair pose, bend your knees, sink your hips, sit a little lower, bring the hands to heart center, and then right elbow outside the left knee. As soon as you cross the midline, everything gets a little bit off center. So it's your job to pull the right knee and the right hip back a little bit to keep the weight even in both feet. Maybe the tail is a little lower and the crown of your head a little higher. Remember that relationship between the elbow and the leg, gently pressing into each other. So many little things to manage, and these are the things that are going to keep you present in your body. Some of us live outside of our bodies. We live in our heads. We live in the world around us. For this hour, be with yourself. Come to know yourself better. Now, back to center chair. Push through both feet equally. Come all the way up. Stretch long and tall. And then bring the hands to your heart. Nicely done. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift on the in-breath. We're going to go to plank and hold it. Some of you love a good plank pose. Some of you just want to pass through it and not even acknowledge that it is a place. So we're going to stay for a minute, and I want you to lift your right toes off the mat, pull the right knee to the right elbow. And then step it back. Left knee, left elbow. Step it back. Do one push-up. All the way down, all the way up. Good. Lift your hips, down dog. That was beautiful. That's how we get stronger. We just do the things we don't like. Walk your hands back to your feet. Yeah, walk your hands back to your feet. Put the heels down. Feet are about hip distance apart here. We want some space between our feet at the back of the mat. And then roll yourself up like a rag doll. Just a little bit of fluidity here. Tuck the tail, pull in the belly. Roll up through your spine, and then lift and roll the shoulders back. Good. Arms reach. Inhale. Hands come to the heart center, and we're going to take a half chair pose with our feet about hip distance. And then tuck the left elbow inside the left knee. Now we're not going cross-body. We're staying on the same side, but we're going to apply a lot of those same principles. Weight even in your feet. Tailbone lower than crown. Sit low, lift your head high. Make sure you're pressing that left elbow into the left knee, but the knee is also pressing into the arm so you have some leverage. Keep that relationship there, that lock inside the knee, but now exalt your arms. They go to 6 and 12. Yeah, one to the earth, one to the sky. Beautiful. Wrap the right arm behind your back. It's called a half bind. We do that with purpose. Press your hand into your body. Pull the right shoulder blade back and open up the right chest more. Now everything stays the same except the right leg straightens. Make more space. Straighten the right leg. Straighten the right leg. Yeah, there you go. Keep pressing into the left knee. Can you open the chest more? Can you draw the head out a little bit more? Amazing. All these little micro movements are you in your body. coordinating the movements with the breath. We're going to fill up one more time and then twist more on the exhale. I love it. Release the bind, soften both knees, and come into a resting ragdoll. And then we ragdoll roll up. Let the arms and the head hang. Pull up from the belly. Stack the spine. That's it. Okay. Inhale, reach for the sky. Draw the hands to heart center and then sit back. Feel when you sit back how your weight is distributed in your feet. Right elbow inside right knee. Did you all of a sudden get heavy in the right leg? Stay strong, stay balanced, and then exalt the arms. We reach down, we reach up. And with purpose, we try to touch down on the mat with those right fingers as we reach high to the sky. Every action in equal measure to its opposite action. Take a half bind, left arm behind the back. Press the back of your hand into your body so the shoulder blade draws back, the chest opens wide. We're going to hold here. Make sure that right arm is inside the right knee. There's a press between the leg and the arm that helps you. And then left leg straightens. Yep. We want to make sure that we're not bending to the left. We're twisting open to the left. So it's the head staying back. Reach your head out to the front of your mat. Yes, make the spine longer. Does that feel better? Yeah. Take one more breath here. And then look down. Release the bind. That's it. Softly rest into that ragdoll. And then we're going to roll up nice and slow. Squeeze your hamstrings. Pull in the pelvic floor. Feel the muscle tone. Reorganize your body. Realign yourself. And then take a deep breath and reach for the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift on the inhale. Let's walk it out into plank. Hold your plank pose. And then roll over onto your right side, Vrivashisthasana, side plank. Beautiful. I love what I see here. See if you can get the center of the body to rise a little more. Push down with the right hand. Reach higher with the left. Open up across the chest. Broad across the armpits. Head back a little bit. Look up at your thumb. There it is. And then return to plank with some grace. Take your time. Beautiful. Take it to the other side. Oh my gosh, the form is so good today. You guys are so strong. It is so inspiring. Lift your center, look up, breathe in, and then return to your plank. A little bit of grace. Lower down slowly. Take it all the way to your belly. Inhale for cobra, and then exhale, downward facing dog. Okay. Go ahead and walk your hands back to your feet. One more time, we're going to come into that half chair pose. So bend your knees, sink your tail, and lift your crown a little bit. Arms are going to go back behind you this time. And even though the arms are back, can you feel wide across the chest? Could you squeeze the shoulder blades a little closer to each other? And then just check yourself. Is your belly resting on your legs? If the answer is yes, pull it in and lift it a tiny bit away from the legs. Yes. Now, lift the whole pose up onto your toes. That's it. You don't want your belly touching your legs. Lift your chest a little bit higher. Lift the chest even higher. Now start to sweep the arms forward and up and straighten both legs. Stay on your toes. Press down through those toes, pull up through the belly. And then take your time, see if you can put the heels down and the arms come back to your sides. Inhale, arms reach. Right arm drops, left arm stays high. Let's take a little side body stretch. I want you to go into the place where you feel like that's the perfect spot. It's not over the line. If your breath is not disturbed in any way, you feel the space and length of the left side of your body. And now we're engaging the core. We're going to take the right arm and reach it out parallel to the ground. So we hold there. All of a sudden there's new muscles working. Tip your ears back, look up toward your fingers. Make sure you're still breathing. And then both arms start to rise. Both arms come high. And then we drop the left one down and stretch over to the left side. Just feel the right side body start to lengthen and open. Press down equally through your feet. Stay in this simple movement, but make it work. Make it work. Left arm comes out parallel to the ground. Yeah, a little bit more engagement. Do not stop the breath. Tip the ears back. Look up at your fingers. The arms are long, the body is long. You're so strong inside. And then you rise back up to the center and pull the hands back to the heart. Good. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Oh my God, the weather is so nice right now. Can you feel this? Inhale, look up. Walk it out into plank. I wrote this best day of 2026 so far. Yeah, lower down slowly. Inhale for cobra. Exhale, downward facing. All right, right foot steps up. Stay on the left toes. High crescent lunge. Bring the hands to heart center. And then go ahead and push off the back foot. Press into your right leg and find your balance. Keep the hands at heart center for just a moment. And then separate your palms and reach the arms out to the sides. Virasana, airplane pose. Now I'm going to challenge you a little bit. Can you lift your arms higher? Can you squeeze your shoulder blades together? Now lift your gaze forward and lift your leg up behind you. Beautiful. Now we come to standing, left knee to belly. Squeeze it in and round and curl the tailbone under you just in case there was any congestion in the lower back here. And then we go back the way we came. Leg goes back. Arms come back out like a T. Bring the hands into heart center. Soften the right leg, step down on your left toes. Arms reach, inhale. And then turn to the left, warrior two. We'll stay there for just a moment, but I know that front leg has some fatigue. So let's straighten the right leg and reach both arms high to the sky. Make sure your left toes are pointing to the long edge of your mat and your right toes are pointing to the front edge of your mat. That's it. And then open the arms like a T. Let's take the arms down and behind us. Clasp the hands together. Now, just because of the way the legs are positioned, we have a tendency to turn a little bit toward the front of the mat, but see if you can get your body to face the side. Straighten both knees, and then come into a side stretch. We call it triangle pose, but we're going to keep the hands down. It might mean that you don't go quite as far. You lean your body to the right, both legs straight, muscles hugging the bones. Here, can you draw the tailbone down and the head back? Feel the shoulder blades squeeze. Feel the chest stay wide open. I think sometimes when we use our hands, we forget about the work in the core. We forget about keeping the collarbones wide and the head back. And so from here, could you release the bind? Just take the right arm down onto the leg and the left arm high to the sky. You don't have to go any further, but now that you have some support under you with the right hand, could you slide the right hand down a little bit? Could you take the pose a little bit deeper? That's it. Again, today, form, impeccable today. Be in your body. Keep feeling your feet on the ground. Keep extending and lengthening. Your head is back. We don't want booty behind us and head in front of us. We want to be on the side plane. Now push into your feet, rise back up. Good. Let's bend that right knee. Take a deep breath here, and then take a flow. Both hands come down. We step back lightly and lower, nice and slow. Slow, controlled movement. Inhale through your cobra pose. And then exhale, downward facing dog. So this starts with a high crescent lunge. Left foot's going to come forward, and we're going to stay on the right toes. Rise slowly. Keep the back heel up behind you. Pick up that back heel. I want that back heel up because I want the leg internally rotated and I want your hips square. When you come forward into balance, if the leg is turned out, when you come up, the leg is turned out, the hip is open. If you come up with the hip square forward, your balance is going to be a whole lot better. Bring the hands to heart center. Trust a little weight into the left leg. And then push off your right toes and find your balance. Set your gaze in front of you. Make sure you're breathing. Don't take it too seriously. Open the arms out like a T, Vegasana. Can you lift the arms a little higher? Squeeze the shoulder blades. Start to feel the musculature on the back body. Lift your chest, lift your head a little bit, then lift that right leg behind you. Feel everything toning in the back of the body. And then come to stand and grab that right knee and pull it in. Round and curl a little bit. Draw the tailbone under you. Just to release any tension in that lower back. A little stretch for the glutes. And then the arms come out like a T as you extend the leg back behind you. Nicely done. Hands to heart center. Soften the left knee, step back on the right toes. Arms come up and then we turn open to the right for warrior two. Change rotations. Hold warrior two for just a moment and you might feel a little fatigue on that left leg. And so we straighten it. Reach both arms high to the sky. Let things flush through. Keep breathing. Keep the legs straight. Drop your arms behind your back. Interlace please with the other index finger in front. So your palm to palm and your fingers intertwine with each other. Both legs are straight. We're going to open the collarbones wide and just start to lean a little bit. A straight spine leaning to the left. You might start to feel a little pull on the inside of your left leg. Try to keep your knees straight. Don't worry about how far you go. Think about this. Is your head forward? Is the weight of your head forward? You should be looking out to the side behind you. The chest is wide open to the side. The whole idea here is not to go deeper, but to create more space. Get support from your feet, from your legs. Open the chest more. That's it. Now release the bind and come into the full expression where your left arm reaches down, your right arm reaches up, and now that you have support under that left hand, maybe you can slide in a little bit deeper. Give the body a chance to tell you, to give you feedback. Again, tailbone down, head back, start to feel that chest open a little wider. Look up towards your thumb if it doesn't hurt your neck. And then we root to rise. Come on up slow. Bend into the front knee. Returning to warrior two for just a moment. And then when you're ready, take your flow. Both hands come down. Step back into your plank. Feel the texture of the mat under your hands as you lower slowly. Breathe in as you bend your spine back, extending and creating space in the front body. And then lower your chest. And push back up and back to downward facing dog. All right. We okay? Are we okay? You guys not okay? You are okay? Okay. Walk your hands. Oh, actually, no. Let's walk our feet up to our hands. Bring the feet together at the top of the mat. And then lift your heels and come into a toe squat. Yep. A little toe squat. Heels are off the ground. Your knees are bent. Bring your hands to prayer. See if you can find your balance on those 10 little toes. The texture of the mat under the toes. The feet are together, knees are together. So it's not malasana, it's a toe squat. Feet are together, knees are together. And hands are in prayer. Tailbone down, crown of the head rises. I'm going to stay there for just a moment. Manage those fluctuations. Try not to overreact to them. Just kind of be in relationship with them. If you're on your tippy toes, of course there's going to be fluctuations. Don't lose your cool. Just find your breath. And then nice and easy, the arms start to reach high to the sky. You're going to sink your heels down and find chair pose. Oh, right there, hold it. That is my favorite spot right there. Rising into chair instead of sitting into chair. And then push through the feet, come up the rest of the way, reach for the sky, and bring the hands to the heart. Okay. Stay standing in the right leg, lift your left knee high to the belly. That's good. And go ahead, reach both arms high to the sky. Press a little more into the right foot and lift the left knee a little higher. Keep that push-pull going on in the legs, but drop the arms down and behind your back. Clasp your hands together. All right, one more time. We're going to take that leg back behind us with the hands bound. We're going to lift the head. We're going to lift the leg. We're going to widen the chest and the collarbones. Feel strong in your back body. And then nice and easy, return to standing knee to belly. Arms go high to the sky. And then take your time. Put your leg down. Put your hands down. Feel both feet on the ground. Even out the weight. The texture beneath your feet. The breath moving through your body. Not the to-do list. Not the sounds of the city. Trust your left leg. Lift your right knee to your belly. Stay in it. Feel the push and the pull, the equal measure. We push through the left down into the earth so we can lift the right one a little higher. Both arms go high to the sky. We keep changing the center of gravity, but yet we can still hold the balance. Arms go down behind the back with the other index finger in front. Draw the collarbones wide. And again, we go to balance. Right leg behind us. Lift from the glute. Lift the chest. Lift the crown of your head. Keep squeezing those shoulder blades. And then return to standing knee to belly. Release the bind. Take the arms high. And then gently put it all down. Good. Inhale, both arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Return to your toe squat. Lift your heels, bend your knees deeply. Hands come back into prayer. And so we know what it feels like to kind of bind the hands in front, press equally into the chest, tailbone down, chest up, collarbones wide. Can you take your hands down and behind your back and clasp them together? Open the chest even more. Can we make that same transition? Heels to the ground, arms to the sky, chair pose. Push through your legs, come all the way up. And then the hands return to the heart. Good. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Inhale. Bend your knees, lift your heels, toe squat. Hands in prayer. Equal weight in all 10 toes. Take the right elbow outside the left knee. If it's too hard to go across the midline, you can put the right elbow inside the right knee. We maintain our balance as we twist to the left. Draw the collarbones wide and the shoulder blades back. There is an arm balance here if you want to try it. It's a little bit playful. You can stay right where you are, or you put both hands to the left of the mat, by the long edge of the mat. And once your weight gets in your hands, you put the left knee and the left hip across your elbows, and then you try to lean forward and lift your feet off the ground. If you're able to get the feet off the ground, you can extend your legs out. And then you just pull it back in and we all meet back in the twist squat. Yeah, it's fun to try. And then from here, we're coming back to chair, root to rise. Hold right there. And then come up the rest of the way. Stretch long and tall, feet to the ground, hands to the sky. And bring it back to your heart. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Go ahead, lift your heels, bend your knees, that little toe squat. We twist to the other side, left elbow outside the right knee. If it's too hard to go across the midline, just wedge the elbow inside between the two legs. Remember, you're pushing the elbow into the leg so you can get your collarbones wide. Today is all about a broad chest, shoulder blades back, spine long. You can stay right where you are and just keep working on the twist, or you can try the arm balance. Your twist needs to be deep to get the arm balance. Both hands touch down on the right side of the mat. They point out to the side, then you lean. The knee goes on one elbow, the hip goes on the other elbow. Randy, bend your elbow so your hip touches it. They're too far apart. So when you come down, you're like out here somewhere, you got to bring the elbow in so the hip and then once you get that, you can lean forward and pick up. But that helps a lot. Chest area. It helps a lot if you can get that hip to the elbow. And then come back to center. Let's return to our chair. You guys are so good. You waited for my little technical difficulty. Come all the way up, reach for the sky, and then bring your hands back to your heart. Good. We're going to take a flow. Arms reach, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Go to plank and lower on your exhale. All those toe squats are really good for your feet. Yeah. Inhale through your back bend and exhale, return to downward facing dog. Okay. Let's take 2 breaths here. And then drop to your knees softly, swing your feet around in front. Let's have a seat. So we come to a simple cross legs. Put your left hand on your heart. Ground your right hand either on your body or on the earth itself. Close your eyes. Just see if you can start to notice the ways in which you can pull your attention in. There's one thing that we do in yoga, which is open up our senses to be able to take in everything that's going on around us. And then we also have this thing called a parigraha. No, that's not it. It's something else in Sanskrit. But it's a withdrawal of the senses. I think that is it. We hold the head high. We find ourselves in our bodies, but we find ourselves not at the mercy of everything we hear, everything we feel. We turn the attention inward so we become a little bit more aware of what's happening internally. And we search for a quiet place inside and allow the world to move around us. And in this process of paying attention, in this process of turning inward, we're learning something really valuable about life. Because the world is going to continue to turn. The events of the world are going to continue to unfold. Even just the events of what's happening in our little corner of the world here in South Florida. Every day something new that either excites us or aggravates us. And when we let the external affect the internal, we are not well. We need to be stewards of our own inner environment. We need to be able to see how the external affects us internally. The visceral response to the world changes how we are inside. And these moments help us come back. We come back to our breath, we come back to our body, we come back to just feeling ourselves in our seat. Can you push into your feet and rise up? Can you feel how you are just in your body? Holding space for yourself, and your presence here in this park right now is helping hold space for everyone else. I know that some of us right now are stepping into new chapters. We're excited about new things in our lives. Others are going through big changes. Some people are grieving. Some people are, I unfortunately know a lot about what's going on in some of your lives because you share it with me. And I know that we all step onto our mat here in this group for different reasons. And yet we do the same work, and each of us gets what we need. Because that's the magic of the yoga. It's mysterious, and it's wonderful, and it should not be taken for granted. The subtleties of what is happening in this practice are really where the value is. So be with yourself right now. Be present. There is a mirror effect of what's happening internally and how we express ourselves out into the world, and how we take in what's happening around us, and it reflects on our inner selves. There's only one that you can control. Take it from one of the top control freaks in the world right here. If I can have some control over something, I'm taking it. And I like life better when my heart feels open. I like life better when I feel less frustrated and less angry. Take another breath. Let it out all the way. And go ahead and bring your feet around in front of you. Take your hands back behind you. And you really don't want to turn your hands all the way forward, but slightly turn the fingers out. And don't turn them all the way back either. I feel like all the way forward and all the way back are kind of extreme, so find somewhere in between. And then point your toes, straighten your legs. The toes point so the soles of your feet reach down toward the floor. And then we're going to push into our hands and reach through the soles of our feet and do a reverse plank. Keep reaching the soles of your feet down. They may never touch, but just keep reaching them. The tops of the toes stretch. The hips come a little higher. We push into the hands. The chest rises higher. Chin to chest. Chin to chest. Look at your body. Chin to chest. Drop the chin. Yes, now look at your body. Can you get it to lift a little more? Yes, if you look at it, it goes better. It lifts higher. Squeeze your glutes. Pick up the center. This isn't about crunching the belly. It's about opening the front body and squeezing the back body. Good. And then really gently put it down. Take a deep breath. Reach your arms high to the sky. And then exhale, fold over gently. Let your back stretch. Let your head hang for a moment. Let the shoulder blades widen for a change. Bring your elbows closer to your ribs. Let your upper back round. Let the upper back, the space between your shoulder blades stretching. Yes, you don't want to reach for your ankles here. Pull the elbows closer to your ribs and let the upper back round a little bit. Yeah. We've been squeezing back there the whole class. Take another long breath in and a complete breath out. And then we'll rise on an inhale, bend the knees, and then lay yourself down onto your back. That's it. You can pull the knees into the belly for just a moment. Make sure that everything feels like it's how it's supposed to be. Sometimes things adjust. And then lift your head, neck, and shoulders. Take your fingers to the back of your head gently. Open the elbows wide. And then extend your right leg out long without touching it down. And then twist so your right elbow goes towards your left knee. Did I say it backwards? No, you're right. And then the other side. Like we bicycle the legs and we twist from the waist. A little bit of core work. So left elbow, right knee, right elbow, left knee. Yeah. Go ahead and do a few rounds on your own. Try not to keep the legs too high. Keep them closer to the mat, but in the air. Oh, that's it. Right there. A few rounds to each side with good form, slow, with the breath. The exhale is where you twist. Inhale is where you change. That's it. And then both knees come into the belly. Squeeze them tight. Grab your knees with your hands. Lay your head down. And then go ahead and take both legs over to the right side. Open the arms out like a T. Try to soften a little in the middle. Soften a little more in the middle. Soften your facial expression. Don't hold your legs in the air. Let your knees rest. Let your feet be heavy. Give yourself a little squeeze. Lift your head to your knees, lift your tailbone off of the mat, and then lay your head back down, open your arms, and twist over to the other side. Twisting to the left, we look to the right, and we breathe. We soften a little bit. Soften a little more in the middle. And then when you're ready, slowly find your way back to the center. Give your knees a nice squeeze and then put the soles of your feet down. Turn the soles of your feet to touch and let your knees drop open wide. Reclining bound angle pose, Supta Baddha Konasana. Can reach up overhead. So this time we're sort of broad across the chest and under the armpits, but we're soft. Not reaching, not trying, not squeezing any kind of muscles, just letting the shoulder joint soften, letting the hip joint soften, and letting the breath move the middle. Feel your belly move a little bit. If your legs are fighting you, maybe you bring the heels a little closer to you or a little further away from you. Sometimes simply changing, like sliding the feet a little more to the front of the mat, can ease some of that pulling. Got it? Okay. You're still getting all the benefit. There's no fight, you know. When you feel ready, start to bring the arms down by your sides. And then draw the knees back up to the center. And just slide your legs straight down the mat for your sacred rest. spent almost an hour turned inward, focusing on the inner experience, feeling the inner body, feeling all of the sensations. And in this moment, I invite you to open up your senses. I invite you to hear the wind in the trees, to feel the texture of the air on your skin. Maybe to take a moment, open your eyes and just look up at the sky. Allow all of these things to help orient you into this space and into this moment. Each and every one of us a peaceful part of this moment. We are one with. Not separate from the birds. Even all these beautiful trees, they're sharing the air with us. Our breath is their breath. They breathe out so we can breathe in. We breathe out so they can breathe in. There is a mirror reflection. Your peace and your ease in this moment. The letting go and the shedding of the tensions and the excitement. Allow us to be a little more in sync with nature. Not trying to be anything other than what we are right now. I don't think a tree ever tries to be anything other than a tree. So the work comes from paying attention. So grateful I get to do this work with you every week. Just take a moment and take it all in. Feel ready to slowly begin to awaken and stretch and move and look around and maybe smile at your neighbor. Hugs are good, fist pumps are good. And eventually we all come to sit. Let's bring our hands together at the heart. Come back to that level of presence where you can feel if the dominant hand is pushing more, and just with this simple gesture you can practice that balance. You root the tail and lift the crown high, understanding that both of those energies exist within us. ready to face the day. A little softer, gentler version of ourselves. What a gift we give to the community, just for the way we leave this park and the ways in which that ripples out into so many lives. What we do here is important. It's not just about us making ourselves feel better. It's about creating a shift and a change that actually ripples beyond this park. I think that you know that. So this is just a reminder to carry it with you, to be an expression of it, to remember your place in all of it, and to continue to hold up that mirror. Sometimes it's much easier not to look, right? The yoga wants us to stay aware, wants us to stay present. This is not about disassociation or pretending. You can't put your head in the sand to get through life and think that it's all going to be okay. If I don't look, it's not real. That is not what yoga is saying. Yoga is asking us to look hard and see how it affects us, and then how we bring it back out into the world. This is big work. Radical self-care. Thank you for being part of it. Thank you for trusting me to lead you through it. Thank you for showing up week after week after week and doing the work. It is a privilege and an honor to be here with you every Saturday. Let's close with the beautiful and sacred sound of Om. Long breath in. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om peace, peace, perfect peace.